Women are making more than men now, and women are looking for hypergamy. They're graduating colleges. They're looking for men that makes more than them, more educated than them, taller than them. They're looking for like that top percentage of men, and it's a really small percentage.
I feel like based off where we are in society, a lot of women are more so masculine, a lot of men are becoming more feminine because of that.
Women just want the men to come with it. They don't want to build with men nowadays because of opportunities that women have now. Even like with corporate positions, like they will hire a black educated woman over a black educated man.
A few moments later.
Black women hold the most student loans in America while simultaneously having the second lowest income in America beside Native Americans. So I find it odd how there are black women on TikTok right now talking about black men and their literacy rates and their ability to go to college. I just want black women to stop bragging about being the most indoctrinated group in America. I don't see what's so good about going to a university and getting a degree that is not in STEM 92% of the time. Most of your degrees are in psychology and sociology. Imagine having those degrees and still being manipulated into becoming single mothers. The highest single motherhood rate in America. The highest abortion rates in America, accounting for 48% of all the total abortions in the United States. The highest eviction rates in America. The highest obesity rates in America. The biggest failures when it comes to parenting in America. The truth is, the black men that are being brought up in these single mother households are not being raised to be men. Black women are trying to outsource it by sending them into physical contact sports. You can't outsource a father. And I think y'all should start prioritizing that. You should also prioritize that for your daughters, because maybe they wouldn't be manipulated into going into 50K student debt and then graduating and getting a job that's 30K a year and then begging the government for financial assistance afterwards.
Yo, Good Buddy was cooking and he was just doing it in a minute and some change. And I know we watch these videos, black men versus black women. These dudes, these black men ain't about ish. It's better to go get a white man at this point. These boys aren't reading, or they are illiterate, or they're reading at a third grade level, which is a lot of times a direct reflection of your community, right? And who you're being raised by. That's just how it is. And that whole thing about debt, I think that's the least of it when it comes to this, but we see this all the time. And I'm glad he used the word indoctrinated. I thought that was very interesting because it is. This ideology of competing with the man, right? And being educated and making more, which is the craziest thing ever when it comes to this. When you're at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to wages in general. That's just black folks just in general. So the student loan debt, and as he said, most of the times, ladies, it's in liberal arts that you guys are getting degrees in that you can't get a job in, right? You can't get a job in these liberal arts degrees. JR, I know something. Come on, man, cut it out. STEM is what everybody should be pushing their kids for nowadays, if they're going to college for that, which college isn't always necessary. You can always get a trade. That's one thing that we should be pushing our kids for. College isn't always the solution, especially, and I think parents need to be more vocal and educate themselves on the fact that you're absorbing all this student loan debt. And before you know it, I know I said this a lot of times, I used to do credit, and the average woman that I came across was over 50 grand in student loans, you know, and looking for waivers and all types of stuff and trying to buy property and they just couldn't, unfortunately. But we got a follow-up video about another gentleman. He talks about this on there as well. Let's get into it. Let's go.
In what universe do black women earn less than y'all? Y'all really get on the internet and pull a lot of nonsense out of your ass. Before I even answer you, I don't like having these black conversations. Y'all have heard me multiple times say I stay out of it. Also, the numbers I'm about to show you are nothing to be proud of for black men or black women. We are behind severely as a race, and for some reason y'all keep trying to put the brunt of the financial burden on men. That is what I'm consistently arguing. When y'all get on here, it's really my pet peeve, and I know I'm talking kind of low today. I overexerted. I woke up at 3:30, worked out, ran 3 miles, and hooped. I got a mean headache, and this is giving me a bigger headache. But when y'all get on here and y'all argue about these black topics, like all you is broke. I don't even like addressing it. These numbers are horrific. The numbers I'm about to show you are horrific. I just did a quick Google search, bro. First thing pulls up, black women, ages 20 to 29, earn $21,400 on average. 30 to 39, $34,600. 40 to 49, $41,900. 50 to 59, $49,100. $45,100. Now, these are black men. 25,000, From 20 to 29, 25,000. From 30 to 39, 41,000. From 40 to 49, 51,000. From 50 to 59, 47,000. That's the only group that's behind black women. Wait, no, they're not. So, no, actually, I think the men lead in every category financially. Again, these numbers are nothing to be proud of, but like, don't talk to me like I'm crazy when I got Google and you do too, and I'm the only one who used it. These numbers were from 2020 to 2021, but it was the first thing Google shot out at me, so. Yeah. And for the few people who are watching to the very end, I still believe in education, you know. But this conversation, when it comes to black people specifically, you can't keep using all the stats that white people dominate, because black women are very, very educated, but still at the bottom of the barrel, right with black men when it comes to income. So, like, a lot of black men will look at these stats like, if y'all got all these degrees, why don't you out earning us by far, talking down to us about degrees? This is coming from a man who, I went to college, bro. I went to community college. I know that ain't shit to some of y'all, but like, at the end of the day, it's like, why would an entire race of men watch you do something while they still make more money than you and then go and copy you to try and make more money? Apparently it's not working. I still, like, if you know what you're going to college for and it's a good major and you can pay for it and it's going to pay you when you get out, I fully encourage people to do that. But most of the time, that's not why y'all going to college. Y'all going to college to get some fluke ass degree that you won't be able to get a job with. Going to STEM. Do something that is going to matter to your pockets. It's not all about just showing somebody a piece of paper.
He's absolutely right. It's not all about bragging rights or the oppression and to compete with a man. As you know, a lot of times, and I've spoken about this in the past, and I think I did a video about Paris talking about this. This is how white women differ from black women, because they go to college for completely different reasons, for networking and or seeking a husband. Well, not to say that black women aren't networking, but as he said, and all the stats from all these gentlemen, what they were saying is that you're still at the bottom. And black men not being educated still doesn't affect these things. Most women don't want to work the hard jobs, just in general, right? They don't want to work the hard jobs, and we know who's owning a lot of these companies, who's in charge of HR, so on and so forth. And I'm not about to get into racism or things like that, but there are certain stereotypes, and we had DEI and all these things in place, diversity hires and whatnot, affirmative action. But a lot of times, people want to hire their own people when it comes to that, right? And that's just the way it is. So these degrees, as opposed to having a set skill, whether if you have a skill in beauty or sales, which still has a glass ceiling at the end of the day, you still might be ending up struggling. Women complain about nursing and being an entrepreneur, general practice, being a doctor, things like that. The bottom line is, based off the stats, you still saw, even though it wasn't by a lot, I think that one group, what was it, 21 to 29 or whatever, it was like a $4,000 difference between black men and black women. That's the nature of it, man. And making less and still having more debt is very alarming. And as he said, there's nothing to really brag about, even with it being that low. So ladies, what is it really at the end of the day? Just to say that you have a piece of paper that really doesn't do anything for you. It's a piece of paper like a mortgage, AKA death note. This is a note that you have in your hand. Sometimes that note has cost you guys 100,000 plus or hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you can't get a job. Hey, guys, let me know what you think. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next videos. It's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. It's your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. I'm the best. Let's run it up to 1 million. Quit playing with me. Peace.